Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. My name's Hussein. Happy to be with you. Happy to be with me. And yeah, we were just watching the Alex Jones Sneako. It's like you see bits and pieces of it all over the internet. You see it on TikTok, you see it on Instagram, see it on X, you see it on YouTube. It's all over the place. And so we decided to watch it. And you know what? I'm not overly impressed with overly impressed, but there were a couple of moments there, a couple of things that they said that I kind of wanted to respond to, specifically Sneako stuff that he said. So anyway, just on the Lily J front. Just some of you guys have been watching that situation. Just give a little bit of update on that situation. We talked a little bit about it before. Just do a really quick thing here. Um, okay, there was this, and let me just show you this. She responded, but it was quite the response. Here she says, this is Lily J's actual channel. It says, please see the official press statement from Lily J Foundation. I'll be sharing more thoughts directly with you all soon as live field updates roll out. Press statement. It's just saying that, they try to be as transparent as possible and that they're not yet a humanitarian organization or a charity because they're not registered yet, because they needed to start delivering stuff so fast that they didn't wait for the actual charity license that they're supposed to get or whatever in Australia. So she was just saying that. But did not say anything about the fake award she received, or the let's see, the AI videos. She did say a little bit about the AI videos, that she said they had to, use AI to try to get, more clear videos about what they're doing out on the and. At this point in time, Lily J continues to serve as global ambassador for the mission. Yeah, so she didn't address a bunch of stuff, and so there's some complaints. Another example of Lily J using AI. I spotted this one on her videos during one of the 3 shots of the bed. A wooden pole appeared unexpectedly. So they had a bed, and then all of a sudden, this wooden pole shows up. And anyway, so anyway, should be interesting to keep seeing what she's going to, how she's going to try to alleviate this situation. And not to be outdone, there's Sneako. And Sneako did this with Alex Jones. And to be honest, you guys, I've never been a big Alex Jones fan, and I'm still not a big Alex Jones fan, but um, he did not back down when dealing with Sneako. And Sneako said, my concern, there were like 3 things that Sneako said that I kind of wanted to address. I think that there'll probably be longer videos about this, but I just want to show a couple things. And I may get in trouble for playing parts of the video, but you know, um, I'll play a little bit of it, and then we'll see. Here's the look at the nice suit, and okay, let's just go to the beginning here.
Alex Jones, it's good to finally meet you. I've been watching your work.
I just want to say that, you know, as a Palestinian, you see that he got behind his head that Palestinian, you know, hatta. It's the kafia that they wear. And you know what? I know it's come to be associated with Hamas, and mostly because of Columbia University students, and that it's kind of unfortunately come to represent Hamas, even though in reality it is not a Hamas symbol. It is just a national symbol that the Palestinians wear, and we're talking about for decades and decades, they've been wearing these. And you know that in the Middle East, you'll find different countries wear different colored. They like the same pattern, but different colors. There's like the red and white. When you see the red and white, quite often that means Jordan. Then there's the green and white. And the green and white usually means Saudi Arabia or the Gulf countries. And the black and white like this usually is Palestinian. And so, you know, they've been worn for decades and decades, and they do not, it is not a symbol of Hamas, even though dumb American students have kind of, what's the word? There's a word where you, shoot, I can't think of the word. It's you know, they kind of merged it into the Hamas, the whole Hamas, because, you know, so many of those students are pro-Hamas, and they wear these thinking that it's a Hamas symbol, but it's not a Hamas symbol. But anyway, I don't know what Sneako thinks, but I just want to say that he's not Palestinian. And even though I'm not 100% Palestinian, I am offended that he's using that. And he uses it all the time. I'm offended that he's using it. You know, I don't feel he's but anyway, that's just personal thing there. So, all right.
It's been like a couple decades. Well, yes, since I was a kid, I've known about you.
This is on Sneako's channel, by the way, you guys. And but yeah, actually, Alex Jones invited Sneako tomorrow to be on his program, the Alex Jones program. So, and the first thing they're going to talk about is Epstein files.
Watching your podcast appearances on Joe Rogan, and now you want me deported from my country. So let's start with that.
Apparently, he he says it was a rhetorical saying that he thinks Sneako should be deported. Now, who would disagree with that? Who would disagree with that? But
you challenged me.
I mean, he is an American citizen, born and raised here, spoiled Nintendo generation. But, you know, why not deport him?
To a debate. I think it's important to start with some of the claims you made. Is the audio okay in here, guys? Can you guys hear?
I hear you loud and clear, Sneako.
And there's no echo. Okay, so you want me deported from America for exercising my First Amendment rights? You're making the face, a shock face. This is what you said. You said deport now, and then Elon Musk, the trillionaire African migrant into America, who's bringing in tons of H-1B visas. He said, yes, he wants me deported as well.
Well, to be clear, I wasn't making a shock face. I was enjoying my iced tea right here in Texas. So I was gulping it down. No, I did say that, and you know, Elon agreed with me on that viral post of your viral post. And you know, here's where I stand on that. Obviously, I was saying that more rhetorically because we have separation of church and state in the United States. I've read the Quran twice. It is a battle manual about to take over the world.
So you don't actually want me deported from America? Or
well, hold on. Can I?
You know, he's saying something real important here. You know what? I'm kind of impressed with Alex Jones's understanding of Islam. You know what? He's got. I mean, really, if you listen to the whole thing, and we're not going to listen to the whole thing, but if you listen to him, he has a very, very huge. I mean, just a great knowledge of a lot of things. I mean, really, he's very smart and has a great mind. He's weird, he's strange, and I don't agree with a lot of his views, but he is very smart. And as you know, for those of you who don't know Alex Jones, that he's kind of like the after Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh died, and he kind of became the top guy on the right on the radio, really big on radio, on TV. I think he has a program, or he did have one, and then of course on the internet. But he got in big trouble for about the Sandy Hook shooting. When that happened, he interviewed people who said it didn't really happen or something like that because of guns rights or something like that, and he got into a lot of trouble with that and was sued for apparently $1 billion, and that he filed for bankruptcy, and so he was, and I'm not sure if the bankruptcy was directly related to the lawsuit, but he's still doing his thing, and he claims to be a Christian. He doesn't talk like a Christian a lot, but he does, and sometimes in some places he does talk like a Christian, and when it seems very adamant about his faith. So anyway, that's who Alex Jones is. I don't know how Sneako was able to bring him on. Oh, I guess the thing that Sneako's all upset about is because I think this is related to Sneako's ingenious dog video, which we'll play a little bit of it later. It's very vulgar, and maybe, I'm not sure if that was, but apparently Alex Jones saw a video. I don't know if he was with Elon Musk or maybe Elon Musk posted it and maybe commented on it and said he should be, about Sneako, that he should be deported, which Sneako's all upset about that. Yeah, boy. And so anyway, so I guess this is why he had Alex Jones on, and Sneako's going to be on Alex Jones' program tomorrow. So if you enjoy this, if you can endure, both of their voices are annoying. There's a few moments between them, but they seem to have good humor between them. There seems to be some chemistry between them, in terms of being able to joke around a little bit. So, yeah.
Listen, you want to do 3 minutes and I'll do 3 minutes because we're debating.
No, sure. I won't interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, here's the deal. Orthodox Islam is expansionist. Orthodox Islam in the Quran promises to take over the world. And we have separation of church and state in this country. And we have people saying every household will be under this. That's not the same as the New Testament saying every knee will bow to God when they finally see God. Okay, so my issue is you're jumping around all crazed, doing throat slitting motions, saying F you, basically, I take it as America, and saying you will go under this. We're going to take your cities.
I'm not sure where the video is of Sneako doing throat slitting videos. I know that Comedy Central did that when he was with Apostate Prophet. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Sneako was doing that. In fact, let me see if I could find, I know there was a video the other day where he was celebrating York bloviating. Okay, let's see if we can watch a little bit about this. Is on CBN, so let's just watch a little bit of this. I think this might be what the situation was about.
Soccer celebration in New York City. Take a look.
Takbir!
Takfir,
Allahu Akbar! Oh no! Oh no! This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household.
This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan or Mamdanistan.
Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim.
Says,
Welcome to Mamdani's New York.
Mamdani's New York terrorist.
You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too. All right.
But he wants the whole city to be Islamicized. So that might be what caused Alex Jones' reaction. And I didn't see the that, but it might have been there. I wouldn't be surprised if it was there. Some honest Muslims admit proudly, even they admit the global domination by any. Well, I was a Muslim. It's one of the first lessons you're taught is that the whole world is in two parts: House of War and House of Islam. And House of Islam is already occupied, turned into the gutters of the Middle East that you see. And their purpose is to go take over the House of War, which is considered Christian countries, especially, to go take them over and turn them into Islam. Okay. And it is a demonic. And I mean, I always understood that. It's very clear that Islam, I mean, what Alex Jones said about Islam is right. It's expansionist. It wants world domination. And I think every true, honest Muslim would tell you that, if they don't need a green card. So anyway, let's continue this.
Just I was gulping it down. No, I did say that, and Elon agreed with me on that viral post of your viral post. And here's where I stand on that. Obviously, I was saying that more rhetorically because we have separation of church and state in the United States. I've read the Quran twice. It is a battle manual of how to take over the world.
So you don't actually.
He says it's a battle manual on how to take over the world. Absolutely, that's true.
You want me deported from America? Or you?
Well, hold on. Can I listen? You want to do 3 minutes, and I'll do 3 minutes because we're debating.
No, sure. I won't interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, here's the deal. Orthodox Islam is expansionist. Orthodox Islam in the Quran promises to take over the world. And we have separation of church and state in this country. And we have people saying every household will be under this.
Yeah, that's what Sneako said about New York. Every house Islam will enter. And he's not the only one. You can just do any short Google search and you will see a million imams saying the same thing.
That's not the same as the New Testament saying every knee will bow to God when they finally see God.
I just want to say something here. I think this is a very important point because Sneako says this, and he's going to say this again. We may not hear it, but he is going to say this, that, well, what's wrong with us saying Islam's going to enter every house and you guys are all going to be under our feet? What's wrong with that? Because the Bible says that every knee shall bow to Jesus, right? And Alex Jones making a very good point. Every knee will bow to Jesus when he returns. We, the Christians, are not going to impose that on you, the Muslims. You're free. You want to stay Muslim? Follow Mo? You can, but yeah, but yeah. Our brother Truth Defender has sent me a video. Maybe we'll watch it when we get to everything about Sneako is hilarious. I mean, this guy, his voice, everything about him is funny. But so anyway, so what Alex Jones saying here, he's saying it in passing almost, but it's a very important point. Yes, we do want everybody to become a Christian so they don't go to hell. Now, the Muslims are thinking the same thing. They want us to become Muslims so we don't go to hell. I remember because when I was a Muslim, I was that way. I wanted to come to America to preach to Christians so that Christians become Muslims because I didn't want you to go to hell. So there's that. But with Islam, there's kind of a violence that goes with it. It's not really so much for your soul as it is for conquest. It's a conquest. They want to conquer and take over and to administer Sharia law. This is what Islam teaches. And it's by the sword. It's not by persuasion, because Islam, if people are converted to Islam by persuasion, it's because they're being lied to. Okay. But so there's the persuasiveness of Islam is called the sword. And so anyway, so that's a real important point that Alex Jones makes there. And it shows this guy really does know what he's talking about. Like I said, I'm not super impressed with him on this, but that was a really good point. So,
okay, so my issue is you're jumping around all crazed, doing throat slitting motions, saying F.
See, Sneako's smiling. He's laughing. He's proud of himself that he's doing that. You know, he's proud that he's doing that. You know, cool.
You basically, I take it as America, and saying you will go under this. We're going to take your cities. We're going to dominate you. And I've seen thousands of imams.
Say that.
He said, we don't say that. Watch your imams. Your imams are saying that. And go to New York City and see when those guys are praying out on the street. Look what those imams are saying. Look what those imams are saying. Go to Plano, Texas, where Yasser Qadi wants to build his little Muslim enclave over there. What are they saying? We're going to take over America. America will be a Muslim country. When I met with Warner, about a year ago, my wife and me were over at the Warner's booth in Santa Monica, and Warner, I was being kind of irritating, and I said, "Isn't it great to be in a Christian country?" And then Warner says, "It's not a Christian country," and he says, "It's a satanic country, and it's going to be a Muslim country." Now he edited it when he posted it, but I have the original video, and so every Muslim knows this. It's not some secret, So he says, "No, we didn't say that." Oh, yeah, yes, you. I don't know if you said it with but you did say New Yorkistan. He called it New Yorkistan. He plays so innocent here, man. He plays so innocent, as if he's a normal person, and so.
Say all this, and if you don't convert, we're allowed to take your women and use them as slaves, and all the rest of it. It pisses me.
It doesn't say that. The Quran says it. The Quran says it. He says we didn't say that. The Quran says it. The Hadith says it. The Quran says it. The Hadith says it. We didn't say that. Your religion says it.
Off when somebody says, "I'm going to plant my flag up your ass and we're going to dominate you," and then there you are, an American with an American accent saying that. It's even more horrifying to people, and it basically starts a war. So I'd love to see a reformation in Islam like we had in Christianity back when some of the Catholics were trying to force people, to follow what they said, or they would burn them at the stake. Okay, so Islam needs a reformation. I don't want to be at war with Islam, but there are 50 plus Islamic countries. Most of them are 99% Muslim. There's only a few Muslim countries where Christians can live in peace. Islam is expansionist. That's why I'm against Israel. It's expansionist.
Okay, he really goes off on Israel. He's really, especially against the Netanyahu. And Sneako loves the Israel stuff. He really loves all of that anti-Israel stuff. But anyway, so.
Is elitist. It says greater Israel. It sees everybody else as subhuman, at least Ben Gvir and the leadership of Israel. And so I'm opposed to Israel and its expansionist supremacist activities. I'm against Islam's expansionist supremacist activities. And I'm against the Chi-Com expansionist activities. I'm against the left's pedophilic Hollywood expansionist dominance, imperial operations. I don't want America to be imperial. I've been against all these expansionist wars. Even though I didn't like Maduro, I said, I think we'll probably just put communists back in. Now they want to overthrow Cuba and put the communists back in. So I'm against all of that. I'm against imperialism, not from some leftist angle, but from George Washington's angle of not being involved in foreign entanglements. So that's where I stand on all this. And when somebody declares we're coming for you and we're going to dominate you, I said deport Piers Morgan back in 2013. It became a national story whenever he said we're going to take your guns. And I said, if you do, 1776 will commence again. So anybody trying to take my guns, anybody saying I'm going to convert to Islam in all your homes, anybody telling me that they're going to stick their flag up my ass, I'm going to tell them, if you want to fight, you better believe you got one. Go ahead.
All right, you said a lot. I mean, what flag? The difference between
Yeah, it's not about the flag, it's about everything else he said. And Sneako said it. There's the video of Sneako saying it. And then he asked, like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
between Israel as an expansionist state is that that's a actual country. I have allegiance to America. This is my country. Said many things, and let's stick to this original claim. You said deport now. Where am I going to go if I'd be deported?
Well, I mean, there's 50 plus Muslim countries. You could go to Iran, you go to Sudan, you could go to Egypt, you could go to Afghanistan, you go to any of those shitholes. You could go to Pakistan, where they're marrying 9-year-olds. You could.
There's child marriage here in America, but how would I be deported to a country that?
Yeah, he's doing the Katie Couric thing. You know, the Katie Couric thing, or the Dana Bash, when they have a Trump representative there that says, yeah, there's some little explanation, but, and then they try to change the subject so that he doesn't get to respond to what he just said. He says there's child marriage in America. Yeah, but you go to jail in America. You go to jail in America. I did a study, and remember when it was Muhammad's birthday a few years ago, and then Hatun Tash had a big, like, 10-hour live stream about Muhammad, in honor of Muhammad's birthday. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a cake, and my cake was the 50 states of the United States. And within each state, I put how many years Muhammad would go to jail in each state if he was alive today, for marrying a 6-year-old girl, having sex with her when she was 9, him being 54. You know, like, different states have different penalties. Every state in America, if you marry someone before 16, it is they're considered a minor, and you are will be guilty of statutory rape. And so I did this, and so in America you go to jail. It's called statutory rape, but not in Islam. In Islam, it's permitted because Muhammad did it, and so.
You could go to Medina. You go to Medina, and 30 black
Right,
men
but that's
could,
not deportation.
There was the Zut reference. You guys. He said you can go to Medina and 30 black men can ride you. Let's hear that again.
Better believe you got one. Go ahead.
All right, you said a lot. I mean, what flag? The difference between Israel as an expansionist state is that that's a actual country. I have allegiance to America. This is my country. Said many things, and let's stick to this original claim. You said deport now. Where am I going to go if I'd be deported?
Well, I mean, there's 50 plus Muslim countries. You could go to Iran, you go to Sudan, you could go to Egypt, you could go to Afghanistan, you go to any of those shitholes. You could go to Pakistan, where they're marrying 9-year-olds. You could.
There's child marriage here in America, but how would I be deported to a country?
You could go to Medina. You go to Medina, and 30 black men.
Right, but that's not deportation. That's immigration, like Elon Musk coming over here. How would I be deported to a country that I'm not from? I was born here in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, Sneako, my point was rhetorical, saying that we need to deport that ideology, and we need to not submit to it.
Don't deport me. You want to deport Islam?
No, let's deport both. No, I'm just kidding.
What I'm saying is that jihad and dominance of our culture needs to be opposed at every level. I obviously didn't mean literally put you in a cannon like a clown and shoot you, over to a Muslim country. And I said I meant it as an allegory. You also said that I was trying to get vigilantes to kill you. I said my snake or black widow analogy was not talking about violence, but why I have a phobia of pouring gasoline on myself and lighting myself on fire, or jumping off a 5,000-foot cliff, or playing with black widows in my hand, or playing with rattlesnakes. You have those phobias because it's a natural thing, of something your brain recognizes as dangerous.
You're scared of me?
I am absolutely scared of giant hordes of third world populations that keep women as slaves and
you
get
said
9-year-olds
you said you
pregnant.
want to deport him now. You're scared of me individually?
I am scared of being a cuck and laying down to people that declare their superiority and their supremacy over me. And you are following Orthodox Islam, and are openly announcing, we will dominate you, we will
I
control
didn't say
you.
that.
You'll either so you
Islam says that if he didn't say it, but if you listen to what he was saying, he said, "Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that." What about that video of you in New York with what you were saying? We're going to enter every house.
follow the Quran. Do you believe?
Well,
I should either have
let's
to pay
talk
the
about
tax,
the clip I said.
pay the Jesus, pay the
Let's
tax,
be specific. Let's be specific
or
about
have
what I
my head
said.
chopped off. Which
Okay, now he's getting into another point here that I just wanted to say. Just because Sneako, um, uh, I don't want to say a bad word, okay? But let's listen to this.
way is it? Is it in the Quran? I pay the tax, I convert to Islam, or my head's chopped off. Which one
It
is it?
doesn't say that. It doesn't say it. You said you read the Quran twice. It doesn't say that
I can
anywhere.
show
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. Mm-mm. You know, you've read the Quran twice. You don't know. It doesn't say that. Okay.
you 1,000 imams reading the hadiths of the Quran. No, there's three things.
Hadiths are not in the Quran. You clearly haven't read it if you think hadiths are in the Quran. So because
It doesn't say that if you think hadiths are in the Quran. Yeah, but yeah, he wants to get play that game.
you don't know about
No,
Islam,
that's
let's
the
talk about.
Muslim
He does know about Islam more than you know.
scholars.
Let- let-
You're
let-
saying Islam doesn't say you convert or you pay the tax or your head gets cut off.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay. Let me just read to you. He said absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. First of all, there's the Quran itself, chapter 9, verse 29. It says, and this is specifically for Christians and Jews, fight those who do not believe in Allah. It doesn't say fight those who take your land. It doesn't say fight those who oppress you. It doesn't say fight those who are oppressive to your women. It doesn't say fight those who come and occupy your land. It doesn't say that. It says fight those who don't believe in Allah and the last day, from among those who were given the scripture. Fight them until they pay the jizya and feel themselves humiliated. So, and if you go to verse 5, it says, slay the infidels wherever you find them. It says also, strike the necks of the unbelievers. Strike the necks, with the sword. When you meet the unbeliever, the kuffar, strike the neck. That's what it says. It's in the Quran. That's in the Quran. Let me just read you now from the hadith. Okay. The hadith says, okay, I actually wanted to show it to you. Let me just show you what the hadith says here. It says it doesn't say that. Doesn't say that. Nope, not at all. Oops, let me go back. B1A. Okay, right here. Muhammad says, okay, if this is from Muhammad's mouth, if they refuse to migrate, tell them they will have the status of Bedouin, Arabs, Muslims, and will be subjected to the commands of Allah like other Muslims, but they will not get any share of the spoils of war. Okay. If they refuse to accept Islam, demand from them the jizya. And if they pay, accept it from them and hold off your hands. If they refuse to pay the tax, seek Allah's help and fight them. And so if they refuse to pay, we know what Omar said when he went into Egypt Umar bin al-As. He went into Egypt and he said exactly what Alex Jones says. Now, Sneako hasn't, he's an American, spoiled American kid. And so, is very limited in his knowledge. And so, he may think that Islam is just peace, 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 wonderful. So,
Absolutely not. So let's talk about what
absolutely not. But he just said absolutely not. It doesn't say that. I showed it to you in the Quran. I showed it to you in the Hadith. It absolutely says it.
I said, because you don't know about Islam.
Hey, everybody, take clips of this and then show 50
Sure, go
imams
ahead.
saying it, and then show the.
Show 50 imams. That's what Alex Jones said. He says, take a clip of this, show 50 imams saying it. Okay. That's a good idea. That's a good idea because you can get it in Arabic, you can get it in English, you can get it in Spanish, you can get it in Portuguese, you can get it in German. Everybody says it. Everybody knows it.
Hadith and show the Quran.
Alex, maybe you've seen a lot of Facebook posts and it seems like you're getting a lot of boomer propaganda. Let's be specific about what did I say? Because you just made up a bunch of things I didn't say. You said I'm coming to stick a flag up your butt. I'm here to dominate. I didn't say any of that.
What did he say in New York City? We're going to enter every house.
What did I say?
You said we're going to take over every house.
I didn't say that.
Take over this.
What did he call New York? It was New Yorkistan. New Yorkistan. He says, look at New Yorkistan. This is what it's going to be like. At the end, he said, this is what it's going to be like.
So I said, in Christian language, something similar. I don't know what type of Christianity you are. Every knee will bow, every tongue confess.
Okay, you see, he's going back to that again, but that's when Jesus comes back. That's Judgment Day. Okay, it's not us imposing on you, forcing you to become a Christian. Whereas with Islam, it is force.
I said, inshallah, the whole world becomes Muslim. I believe I have the truth. I want goodness for the world. I want you to have the truth. Christians want other people to become Christian too. Why should I hide? Why should I act like I don't want goodness for other people? Of course, inshallah, do you know what this means?
And the triumphalism and the Mumdani New York, which he says in that video, it's triumphalism. And that's why they wanted to build a mosque on the site of the Twin Tower attack. Why? That's triumphalism. It's very Islamic. It's very Islamic. Muhammad was that way.
If you know, you read the Quran. What is inshallah? God willing. So it's not up to me. It's not up to any force. It's not up to anybody.
It is.
Forcing you to convert.
Yes, it is. Muhammad said, force them.
You with the sword and threatening.
Muhammad did. Muhammad did. He says, Umirt in qatil nas hatta yashhadun la ilaha illallah. Muhammad said, I was commanded to fight the people until they say there's no God but Allah and Muhammad is and whoever says it saves his life and his possessions from me. Meaning if you don't do it, your life is in danger from Muhammad himself.
Oh, yeah, Islam never does that. Hey, Muslims always bitch about the Crusades. Were the Crusades a response to 700 years of Muslim invasion? Did the Muslims take Spain and put over 2 million women into slavery?
Well, if you want to talk about Christian expansion, we can too. But in the Quran, it says that you don't force anybody to convert.
No, it doesn't say that in Islam. No, it doesn't. It says you don't force anybody to convert. This is Connecticut Islam. This is Connecticut Islam. This is CNN Islam. This is Harvard University, Columbia University Islam. It's not what's in the Quran, though. The Quran says you force them. Muhammad said you fight them until they pay the jizya, feel themselves humiliated. You do force them. It says no deen is accepted with Allah except Islam. Muhammad is commanded to fight the people, to force them to convert to Islam.
People willingly accept Islam.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Nobody is trying to spread it by the sword.
Yes, they are. Muhammad did. The Muslims did. The Muslims are still doing it.
I want people to hear the truth and accept it. That's why
That's Katie Couric Islam, or CNN Islam.
I say,
Convert,
inshallah.
pay the tax, or have your head cut off. Convert, pay
That's
the
just
tax, or have your head cut off.
you don't know about Islam, so you might.
Yes, he does know about Islam. That's exactly what they were told to do.
Just you should avoid this stuff, and let's talk about what I said.
No, he should not avoid it. He's telling the truth. That is the truth.
Hoping people don't know. I do know. You didn't think I knew what inshallah meant. I know what all that means.
Yeah, but you said that I'm trying to force it and stick a flag up your butt. I didn't say any of this stuff.
Dude, you were going, fuck you to the camera. You were sitting there.
You want to know why I said this?
Who's
Yeah, and he doing the. You see, I didn't see that, but that's what he was saying. And Sneako is admitting that he said it.
throat you gonna slit? You're like, fuck you, we're taking over.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Like what the Muslim invaders
We're
hit
taking
countries
over?
on their Zodiac boats with Soros. They're
What's
like,
the Muslim population in America?
and then you got the 200 to 1 Muslims raping and stabbing and murdering people all over Europe and running over people.
200 to 1.
And,
Even according to Tommy Robinson on the Epstein list, the majority of pedophiles in the UK are white Christians. It's not even the Pakistani grooming gangs.
There are no doubt there are a bunch of pedophiles in the UK.
Yeah,
and there's no doubt that
according to Tommy Robinson, it's predominantly white people.
And pick the little girls up and put them in dog cages.
Okay, before we get all heated, let's talk about what I said. Okay.
You know what? It's hard to not get heated when he's lying or trying to minimize, the situation.
There's a lot of things, and you're spreading a lot of, it seems like you don't really know about Islam.
No, he does know about Islam. The stuff he's saying is right, Sneako. You should leave Islam because whatever they're teaching you is a lie. Even though, judging by some of the stuff you say, I think you really do know what Islam says. Like what you said in New York about New Yorkistan, Mamdani's holy Medina.
What I said was God willing.
Okay, see, that's a throwaway line. That's just saying, oh, looks like you don't know. You're like, what does inshallah mean? You sit there, and what we're going to do with this is, Sneako, is we're going to take what you said, we're going to show the Quran, we're going to show the Hadiths, we're going to show the imams,
absolutely,
top one,
show the Quran and
International
Hadiths. Go ahead.
Islamic
yes,
TV,
read the Quran.
Saying
read the Quran.
You convert, you pay the tax, or we cut your head off.
Okay, sure. There's
Okay, he agreed. Okay.
Two things here. So you're afraid of an Islamic takeover of America, right? And you're saying the thing I said, F you. Do you know that I was banned from Australia? The game that I was at, you said.
So now he's going to justify why he said that.
This was an Allahu Akbar rally. This was a World Cup game. Egypt was playing Australia. Egypt beat Australia. I'm happy. Australia banned me. Do you want to know why, Alex? Similar things that happened to you. Attacks. Australia banned me. They said I was too anti-Semitic and I was too critical of Israel. They listed a bunch of reasons in an email saying that I criticize and that I'm anti-Semitic, and they revoked my visa. So when Egypt beat Australia, I'm like, no. It's too bad because the government applied pressure. The news was all upset. And I have a personal vendetta with that. That's what that was about. I wasn't here trying to threaten you. If you were scared, that wasn't my intention.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't trying to scare you.
Right.
Second, if you think there's an Islamic takeover of America, what is the majority of the immigration coming in? Because you spent your career talking about globalism. What's the percentage and where is the majority of the immigration in America coming from? Do you know, Alex?
Let me tell you, it's coming from Latin America. And then it is coming from Asia. It's coming from Africa. It's coming from the Middle East. It's coming from India.
The majority is coming from India, from China, and from the southern Mexican border. India is predominantly Hindu. China is predominantly atheist. And Mexico predominantly Catholic. So if you're afraid of immigration and you want to protect your demographic, then the Catholic invasion coming in from Mexico, that should be your concern. Muslims make up 1.3% of the American population. There's no takeover. Nobody's here trying to usher in.
Yes, they are. Just listen to the imams. Just listen to the ones who haven't been bugged or who aren't scared that they're going to be deported. The ones who have the citizenship already.
Sharia law. Convert to Catholicism. India was 3 times the size it is 1,000 years ago, and it was Buddhist and Hindu. Now the biggest subgroup is and you've got Kashmir and all those areas, and Pakistan used to be India. The Muslims take over everywhere they end up. The Quran is a battle manual, how to take over towns, get violent, run everybody out, take over the next town. You're
avoiding the real question. Is there a real threat of Islam?
So I'm going to ask you again. You didn't answer my question. I answered yours. Were the Crusades a response to 700 years of Muslim invasions of Europe?
It was conquest back and forth between different empires.
No, it wasn't conquest back and forth. The Eastern Empire of Rome, Constantinople, fell, 600 years ago or whatever. That was Muslims with giant cannons that they bought from Eastern Europe.
This is a false equivalency. There's no caliphate right now. There's no Muslim. What Muslim empire is going to take over America?
There was a caliphate of the Ottoman, which, thank goodness, disappeared, but they didn't disappear quietly. They didn't fade away quietly. They first of all killed over 2 million Christians, including 1.5 million, 1.2 million, or 1.5 million Armenians, and then almost 1 million Assyrians. So they never go quietly, but they fortunately were defeated. And
America, where's the caliphate today? Where's the Ottoman?
There was the ISIS caliphate, and they want another caliphate.
It doesn't exist.
They want it, though. They're planning on it, and they'd love for the new Islamic Crescent to include America and Europe.
You're saying they're going to stick?
Let me explain
what
how this
flag
works.
are they going to stick up your butt?
My family background is Protestants. Okay.
Okay.
So on my mom's side of the family, the Greshams, who went back to England and then eventually the stock exchange, a bunch of other stuff, but they were Christian in New York. And they met with Andrew Jackson when he was president down at the Hermitage in Tennessee.
All right.
And he said, I want Western expansion, be after I'm out of office. And he said, I want you to, because you're volunteering, I want the Gresham family to sell your holdings, bring in, they accepted the plan that they came up with. My ancestors engineered the Texas Revolution. Took them 10 years. They came in with 2 ships at Galveston, had shootouts with the Jesuit priests. A bunch of people got killed. One of the ships got taken. The other ship got in. They went up the river to Washington on the Brazos, started bringing in Protestants out of Tennessee, Alabama, and Virginia. Took them 10 years to set up the operations. And then we basically started a fight with their dictator, Santa Anna, a decade later and launched the war. So that's what these Islamists are too, is they're coming in as the foot soldiers to prepare the way for the takeover. And the government of Islam is Sharia law.
The government
and
of
they're
Islam.
pushing their Sharia.
Well, this is interesting right now. Alex Jones right now mentions Sharia law. And watch the pathetic little thing. Sneako has this little thing where he could show that, oh, I know what the word Sharia means, man. And this is a pathetic argument. They always use it, but it sounds pathetic. But I think Alex Jones did a great job here. So,
which government?
That is the governing system.
You think Iran,
Sharia law.
Which government?
That is the governing system. With the Shiites and particularly the Wahhabis, that is 80% of
Those
Islam.
Are completely different. Wahhabis and Shias have nothing.
That's
in
what
common.
I just said. I know.
The Shiites are 19%. So you think Iran?
The Shiites are 19%.
You think Iran is trying to take over America?
The Wahhabist Sunnis are 79%, and then the rest 2% is Alawites and a few other groups. I know all that.
Okay, where is that happening? Where is that spreading in America?
I didn't know the groups of Islam.
What
I'm saying is, in both major branches of Islam, but particularly in Wahhabist, it is the Sharia law down to the local imam that is the governing system of Islam. Okay. So is Iran. It is the Islamic Republic. Rulership is through Sharia.
What is Sharia law? What is Sharia? What does that mean?
Sharia law is...
Okay, now he's trying to show he's all in, he knows what Sharia law means. This is so dumb because everybody does this, and but he's trying to corner Alex Jones, but he knows this. He knows his stuff, man.
The governing system of Islamic control.
What does Sharia
and the
mean?
3 forms of jihad.
What does Sharia mean?
Sharia is the Islamic law.
It means law. Sharia means law.
That's what I just said.
In Sharia law.
Sharia means law, And it's like when you say, who else says that? Linda Sarsour. She's always, Sharia, it's not Sharia law, it's Sharia. Sharia means law. When you say Sharia law, it means law. And so he's trying to show himself real intelligent there. So
if you're a Muslim
you keep trying to act like I don't know about Islam. I know all about it.
First off, let me explain.
I nailed every one of your little factoids.
No, you didn't, because Sharia law.
He did. He nailed each and every one of them.
Sharia means law. And
Thank you, thank you. It's like spent 10 minutes for this, and Alex Jones was perfectly correct in what he said.
I said it's the Islamic law. You just said, Sneako, when I said it's Islamic law, that I'm wrong. It's bullshit.
Okay, relax, Alex. We're just getting started. Sharia means law.
He said it 85 times.
Under Sharia law, Muslims are supposed to follow the law of the land.
A Muslim's supposed to follow the law of the land. Really? Really? Come on. You follow the law of the land until you get strong enough, and then you impose your law on the land. And if the law of the land tells you, you know, that you're supposed to eat a ham sandwich every Tuesday, they're not going to do that.
Nobody here is trying to change the Constitution.
They are. Yes, they are. Impose Sharia. Just listen to all the people who say they want Sharia law. And you guys, I've heard from behind the scenes. I've been behind the scenes. I know they want to impose Sharia, and I know you guys all know that they want to.
In fact, it seems like you are, because you think that I should be deported for exercising my First Amendment rights. We have freedom of religion here.
You are such a...
We have freedom of religion here. You're enjoying Christianity's generous, magnanimous, the fact that America is magnanimous. You're enjoying Christian magnanimity.
Either you're super ignorant.
We have freedom of speech.
He says you're either super stupid or you're lying.
Under Sharia law, you obey the law.
I got thousands of top imams saying we will make you take Sharia law. I got them at the state houses in Congress.
Where?
Everywhere saying you're going to adopt Sharia law.
Where are you seeing in America? The imams are
in America
trying to spread Sharia law in America.
Yep.
Name one.
My God, they have.
Name one imam.
City councils
name one imam who's trying to bring Sharia law in America. Where?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Name one.
Live on your...
Tell me. You said you know 20,000.
Imams called for Sharia law in America.
You said you know 20,000. Can you tell me an imam who wants to bring Sharia law in America, please?
Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Okay, you just want to just be stupid now because you don't have an answer?
No, I mean, my God. Listen, we're going to take this.
That's you don't have an answer.
You do it for us. Take this clip and then show them. Don't go too much. You just have 15 imams say it.
You don't even know one.
City council,
You don't even know one person that's trying to bring Sharia law here. Ron DeSantis parades around, hey, we're banning Sharia law. Texas, we're banning Sharia law. Alex, why do you think they're doing this? Is it because there's an actual threat of an Islamic invasion, even though they're ushering in H-1B visas, even though Elon Musk, who's also calling for my deportation, is bringing in hundreds of thousands of Indians, even though he says that white men are dumb?
Let me tell you a story.
No. Before you get into a story, this doesn't make sense because you also...
Islam's not expanding. You're right. There's
it's
no
not
threat.
expanding in America, and you have provided no evidence.
Yeah, there's nothing going on.
The reason that you're buying this propaganda is because they're pushing this to try to justify the war that you oppose. Are you not against the Iran war?
No, it's true. It's true. First thing you said that's true is the Zionists, Israel first, Likudnik, Ben Gvir,
just say Jews, the Jewish supremacists.
No, that particular, that's the dominant group running it.
Jews,
and most of the billionaires there. Yeah, we're talking about. Yeah. Oh God, I'm hiding for the Jews covering up.
You said Shicon. So
I love how I oppose the EU tyranny. I oppose big tech tyranny. I oppose the Chi-Com tyranny.
No, you don't. You support it.
Okay, I just want to read you something that's from the, this is from a Los Angeles mosque. It says, "It is our opinion that whoever claims the acceptability of any existing religion today other than Islam, such as Judaism, Christianity, and so forth, is a non-believer. He should be asked to repent. If he does not, he must be killed as an apostate because he is rejecting the Quran." This is in Los Angeles mosque, you guys. So, yeah, Sneako maybe just doesn't know.
Elon Musk is big tech, and he's there calling for deportation just like you. You allied with Elon Musk. He is big tech.
I cover all of that. Now, the point is, getting back to this, because you don't want me to nail you down on this stuff.
No. I'm telling you that you are echoing the propaganda of the people that you pretend to be against.
I know. I knew all you would do is claim I'm echoing Zionist propaganda. I'm explaining something to you. I can be against a cobra. I don't want to be put in a cage with 10 cobras or 10 vipers. I don't want to be put in a cage with 10 water moccasins or rattlesnakes. So if Israel's a cobra and Islam is a viper, you're saying, oh, you're against a viper, so you're for the king cobra. And that is not. I am 100%.
Oh, I don't like what he says about Israel there. But
I did a 4-hour show today and spent 2 hours on Israel trying to take over our military and intelligence and being listed as the top national security.
And how do they brainwash Americans to support their cause?
But let me you raise this claim. Let me finish.
We believe in the Immaculate Conception. We believe in the Virgin Mary. We're
going to take this.
That's you don't have an answer.
You do it for us. Take this clip and then show them. Don't go too much. You just have 15 imams say it.
You don't even know one.
You
don't even know one person that's trying to bring Sharia law here. Ron DeSantis parades around. Hey, we're banning Sharia law. Texas, we're banning Sharia law. Alex, why do you think they're doing?
Absolutely are. So
this is it because there's an actual threat of an Islamic invasion?
Calling
for deportation, just like you allied with Sharia law here, and again, you haven't even disagreed.
Okay. You want me to go to X or anywhere or Google and have a dictatorship, which they put the vice president in, and now Israel to create World War II. I'm a Christian populist nationalist.
You want to protect your demographic?
Those are my terms. Who will not allow all these tribal organized groups, organized Islam backed by 53 countries, Israel backed by most of the billionaires, and their co-host.
On Sandy Hook,
my son's co-host. I was in charge. I'm totally against that. It's disgusting. They right now, to secure control of our foreign policy, are open. You're playing games.
Do you want to see jihad right now, Alex?
Yes.
Smiling. Struggle of faith, doing what's right, doing what God wants you to do.
You're playing games.
Do you want to see jihad right now, Alex? Smiling.
That's a jihad, is for him to smile. Okay, because Alex said something about jihad. Let's see what he said. Let's see.
Just like Jimmy Carter helped set up.
Okay. You're going on tangents. So
no. I'm saying Israel works with Orthodox Islam, and they all double deal.
Israel is allied with Orthodox Islam.
Israel founded Hamas, right?
Yes. Netanyahu gave them $35 million. They created Hezbollah too. They create Hezbollah too. They create the terrorist groups that they demonize so much.
Qatar made Netanyahu 2 years before October 7th sign an agreement and admit he was giving them money, but he wanted to hide it to give to Hamas to carry out what they did. And they thought they had a deal with him.
Let's stay on track. So the major issue, because you brought up the Rothschilds, BlackRock, Netanyahu, Israel takes the majority of our tax dollars to bring us into endless wars, correct? Let's be simple.
I've said this. Israel currently is the most dangerous, dominant group.
Bingo.
With Section 224 of the NDAA Defense Authorization Act that says dozens of times, integrate, merge, lifetime feeds, marry the U.S. military. That's been Netanyahu and his surrogates, Mark Levin, all of them, marry, and the U.S. ambassador, or the Israeli ambassador to the U.S., really what he is, Mike Huckabee. We're going to take the whole Middle East. Israel's going to take over. We'd rather live in the Middle East. We owe everything to Israel. Yeah, it's a cult.
Okay, I just want to read to you the some different kinds of jihad. Not that I have to do this for you. You already know. I know Sneako's smile. It's almost as scary as other kinds of jihad. But you know who you need to thank for our knowledge of jihad? We need to thank Joe Biden. Joe Biden, who told the Muslims, he says, the prophet said, when you see evil, resist with your tongue, and then with your hand, and then with your mouth. And but here is the different kinds of jihad. Jihad the nafs, the personal inside, including his overcoming your selfish desires. The jihad of the pen and the tongue. Then there's jihad of the hand with wealth, and the top jihad, Muhammad's favorite, and which 99% of the verses in the Quran is not about Sneako's smile. 99% of the jihad verses in the Quran is about the sword jihad, not Sneako's smile. Okay, it starts with an S. like Sneako smile starts with SS. Okay, Nazis SS. No, but it does not. But the top the jihad Muhammad liked the best, the one that gets you the virgins, is instant access, and you get to pray for all 72 of your relatives to get out of hell, is the sword jihad.
Okay.
They right now, to secure control of our foreign policy, are openly primarying everybody like Massey, and now saying we're the masters of the universe. That's a quote. And in there and watch the
You don't just see the
Okay. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, you guys.
Sneako.
You say some things that are true and say 10 lies.
That's an old white supremacist attack on me that I cover China. I mean, look at top SS officers rates in the West, because you go sign up for welfare and become welfare queens and sit around in your nightgowns all day.
I mean, they never talk about the welfare happening in Lakewood, New Jersey, where
the brains, so people literally become hermaphroditic in their brain structure and in their bones. Food, chocolate drink, Netanyahu.
you were mentioned, but you weren't communicating with Epstein.
No, exactly. Well,
So anyway, if you guys want to watch the Epstein stuff tomorrow, he's going to be doing another interview on Alex Jones' channel, not Sneako's, if Sneako shows up. Okay. So anyway, there you have it. I need to know your thoughts on Netanyahu and Hamas and Hezbollah, Steve. What do you think? Did he give them money also? You know what? There's so much Alex Jones. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff about him that I don't agree with. He does, for instance, he believes 9/11 was an inside job. You know, it wasn't bin Laden. He says it was an inside job, and which I don't agree with, of course. I believe it was bin Laden. We know which mosque. Two of the pilots came from. Hello, Michelle Cherie, daughter. I usually come for a minute, say something, and then go stand a few videos on Believers About. Okay, with Dr. Delcourt and Dr. Costa, two very great scholars. And so yeah, so I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says, but you know what? I think that he did a really good job on this. I mean, he was prepared. And Sneako, to be honest, either he doesn't really know Islam or he was lying, because Alex Jones did a great job. He really did a good job with almost everything. Almost everything he did a great job with Islam. Some of his Christian stuff or in the Israel stuff, but he really, he really did a good job defending Christianity. I mean, not that Christianity needs to be defended, but he did. And he did it with a sincerity and an integrity. When he talked about the Lord Jesus, he did it with, you could tell it's from the heart. He's not lying. He's not posturing. He really believes this. And so I really appreciated that, that I thought he did a good job. Hey, babe, you want to say something? Boo boo. Okay, she didn't hear me. So, I think so. I think you're right, daughter Galatians. I think so. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's hope Alex Jones does a very good, thorough job tomorrow and deals with all of these issues. So, well, you know what? We just watched that, and I just thought, that was I was impressed. At first I wasn't impressed. I got to say, especially about the Israel stuff. I don't like the stuff he says about Israel. But when it came to dealing with Islam, he didn't back down an inch. He did not back down a single inch. He was, right there. Hey, babe, do you want to say something? No, she says she doesn't want to say anything. So, so anyway, so praise God, man. I think Alex Jones did a great job. And I know he said crazy things in the past, and I don't agree with everything he says, but for the most part, the stuff and the thing about him is he's been doing this for years and years, over 20 years he's been doing this, to where he knows every button that they try to push to try to get you to back down, and he knows exactly how to handle it. And you could see that with Sneako, buttons he's trying to push, the guilt, the white supremacy, you know, and Isaac and Rebecca married Isaac when she was 3 years old, and all those stupid lies. And but he didn't back down an inch. He knew he's right. He stood his ground, and so I'm very impressed. So I really I appreciate Alex Jones today. Not on everything, but almost everything. So if we have any Muslims who would like to come up, and here is the link. We welcome you to come. And if you want to say something, if you disagree. And oh, there's actually a part in this. There's one last thing, actually. There's actually a place in this where Alex Jones says, you got a problem with dogs? Saying, and Sneako says, I love dogs. He said, I love dogs. And so anyway, I feel it's, you know what, you guys? Forgive me, and I may be wrong here. It's almost made me think of bipolar, because he said, I love dogs. I never said that, all these times he said, I never said that when he said it just 5 minutes ago. I didn't, I don't know if I could show you that part where he says he loves dogs. He says, you want to take dogs and stuff? And he said, I love dogs. Let me see if I could find that part. Can Islam reform freedom of religion? Biggest point of, let's see if he says something here. Let's see.
Exercising my First Amendment and my freedom of religion.
Well, under Sharia law, it bans most of our speech and creates a monotheistic tyranny. And so
well, I never said I said I want to practice American values. I believe in the Constitution.
You know what? But he's right. He says Sharia law will ban all the freedom of speech that Sneako so enjoys. And he says he wants to uphold American law. Well, you don't get that. Sneako, I hate to break this to you, as a former Muslim, who I just want to tell you that when your Sharia law Mamdani stand comes in, you're not going to have the choice to obey American law over Sharia law. You have to obey Sharia law. And you'll have to come after me, because Sharia law says you have to kill the apostates. So
I think anybody trying, well, I already told you that it was rhetorical, just like when I said Piers Morgan. And I think if you found some big
champion the LGBT, that was, I mean, imagine if you dedicated 1%.
My deal. It's just as big a sin that I lust after women. It's just as big a sin. Abortions. I know you.
Killing 6-7 white babies?
No, I mean, when I was promiscuous, that I had nightmares about it. I realized it was Grab Scott or.
Also, when you went on your
Sneaky, what time?
Sneaky. He called him Sneaky.
Noon Central. Okay. I mean, look at the West.
Oh God, and so
you had fans is rampant. Free will is why
people. You're expanding. You're having
Nick Shirley. He got
Muhammad married the 9-year-old.
Is it good that Rebecca was married to Isaac at the age of 3? This is in the Old Testament. Is it good that you can go?
Okay, he's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. It's not in the Old Testament. It's not in the Old Testament that she was 3 years old. We've dealt with this it's so amazing that with all the evidence, with everything, with all the evidence, we've talked about this so many million times, and he's still using the stupid, pathetic argument that Rebecca was 3 years old. And it's just an obfuscation, trying to ignore the fact that his prophet married a 6-year-old girl when he was 51, jumped on her when she was 9. he was 54. And so it's not in the Old Testament. He lied right there. It's not in the Old Testament. It's not. Very, if he was so carelessly throwing out a lie like that, what about the rest of the stuff he says? How much of it is a lie?
Paid 50 shekels for your.
Follow the Old Testament.
You follow the Old Testament too. There was a Jewish celebration for.
Love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet. I'm gonna stab your daughter at the mall. Woo! Gonna stab your son, your wife. And then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet.
What I never called.
I told you that was rhetorical. That's Ice-T and some. Well, you did say that you thought you were gay when you were 14.
You said that you thought Blair White was attractive and that God works in mysterious ways and that your genetics thought that
why are the transgender
champion?
Blair, I'm not going to throw Blair White off a bill. Back and growth hormone. You found some big
champion the LGBT.
I don't hate trans people. Okay, I don't sit there and judge them for that. Okay, that's the media goes, Alex is a right-winger, homophobe, blah, 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 blah. I am a populist, conservative Christian, but I don't hate people. Listen, here's my deal. It's just as big a sin that I lust after abortions. I know you got people that have done that, don't have to harden their heart. Parenthood receipt.
Would have never happened under Sharia law.
Grab Scott or I said he looked like he was up 2 minutes for the show. Looked like he was on MDMA. And I looked forward.
And that's weird. And now he's
and cut my nose.
The craziest part. He wanted to let loose. You were mentioned, but you weren't.
Did get his head of NASA, but with Bill Gates, wow. Okay. Wrote a big thing about lazy Americans. And certainly you started the fight. You started the fight 1,400 years ago, pal.
Himself said that he was and destroy your demographic if you care.
Okay, so anyway, I'm not. It's going to take too long for me to find out exactly where he said that. I love dogs. I love dogs. So anyway, but I want to show you where he doesn't love dogs. Okay, I want to show you where he says he doesn't love dogs. Okay. Oh, okay, here.
Fuck your dog. Keep your dog home. I don't care. It's not cute. I don't want to pet it. I don't want to touch your dog. Dogs are haram for a reason, and this was a sign from Allah. There's shit all over my fucking rug. Dogs are gross. Have a child. God wants us to have kids, not to have a bunch of fucking dogs. Everybody in Miami pushing around a little Frenchie, putting a dog in a stroller. Have a kid.
So Sneako's so anyway, he doesn't love dogs. Okay. Either that or there's some kind of bipolar thing going on there. I don't understand. One day he says all these things about the next day he says he loves dogs. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, potty mouth. Sorry, you guys. I should have given you the potty mouth warning. When Sneako comes on, you guys, please beware. It could easily, veer into that arena. I hate it too. You become so desensitized sometimes hearing so much crap like that. Sorry about that. So anyway, guys, so you can go watch that whole thing, and I think David Wood said he would like to do something about it. I don't know if he's going to, but he said he'd like to, because somebody today was telling him you got to watch this, and so I saw bits and pieces of it throughout the day. So I thought, man. And then when I got home, my wife said, you got to watch this. So we ate gyros. You know what gyros are? Gyros. I'm not sure how you say it. Gyros. Anyway, and we watched this. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for being with us. There's no Muslims. No Muslims came, well, thank you for hanging out with us. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. And I just want to play a song for you that I wrote. I've been playing my songs lately. If you would like to hang around here, you are welcome to. I wrote this song. Actually, this song is in Kurdish, you guys. It's in English and Kurdish. I recorded it in Kurdistan a few years ago. And so don't ask me what the words are because I don't speak Kurdish. But anyway, this is a song I wrote in Kurdistan. Okay, let me just show you this. Put it up for you. If you speak Kurdish, you'll understand it.
Unto everything there is a reason, and unto every purpose there is a season. There's a time to live and a time to die, time to laugh and a time to cry, time to break and a time to heal, a time to gather ourselves away.
تخش بسيتي أنا أبو جيهان تفير من كيتيا وأتايجان تبع عشتيتو وبجن عيسى في ما كيبس أرباستي بجيم جاتونا بخدت وأنا بجيم عيسى تخد أمي عيسى تكش أمي هارتو رقامي عيسى تجياني ترجعني فوق بخشي بأمان مدينة سرخ أستولى بالآوي من رأستي وخشي وستيبتو يا عيسى عيسى تؤرز كأركاني مروفي عيسى تقرباني كش جيهاني عيسى هولي كش دعوانا كاني هلو يا بوضا بلا أسماني